As the economic devastation from Trump's tariffs starts to be felt by the American people, how do we talk with our friends, neighbors, coworkers, folks at church about what's happening to the economy? What's our economic messaging as we see folks in our communities begin to experience job loss, see empty shelves on the grocery stores, experience the pinch in their pocketbook from higher prices? Right, there's going to be ample opportunity to reach folks over the next coming weeks and months as they are hurt by Trump's tariffs, as they feel the hit directly. Suddenly, the horrible things that he's been doing to vulnerable populations that they've kind of ignored, or maybe they haven't felt that bad about, they are no longer going to be able to ignore what Trump is doing because it is going to start to hurt them directly. So how do we talk to them about it? So that was the first question from this week's Indivisible community Q&A call. And one of the things I really appreciate about Leah, who's one of the co-founders, is that she's constantly coming back to short, succinct, effective messaging. Keep everything sweet and simple, which is kind of the opposite of me. I tend to be very long-winded and, excessively verbose. And I appreciate so much that she's always trying to distill things down into their simplest form for clear, direct communication. So she was saying, oh yeah, absolutely, there's a great place here for us to reach people. What Trump is doing is illegal, it sucks, it's destroying our economy, it's all kinds of bad things, but how can we use that? How can we use that for our benefit? How can we seize that chance to connect with people and to pull them away from Trump, to get them to no longer be willing to cooperate with him, no longer willing to support his regime, or even if they weren't actively supporting it before, they were just kind of checked out and not really dialed in to the ways that he was hurting people. Sorry, my computer's dinging at me. Now we have a chance to reach them. Okay, so when shit hits the fan, how do we shoot our shot? Leah was saying the framing is some portion of your life is now worse because of what Trump is doing. Trump and his minions are out of control. Trump and Elon Musk, they're making decisions that hurt you in order to benefit themselves. That is the core of the message. They're wrecking things that you care about, the economy, your retirement, so that they can get rich. That's it. That's the whole message. They are wrecking things that you care about so that they can get rich. And I really appreciate the simplicity of that message. Folks can plug in whatever it is that they really care about, because there's just an endless list of things that Trump is making worse. There's an endless list of things that we care about that he's fucking with. So when Leah says some portion of your life is worse now because of what Trump is doing, they can plug in whatever portion it is. Their retirement accounts and bank accounts shrinking. If they lost their jobs. Is their granny in a nursing home with dementia about to lose her Medicaid? Are the infrastructure grants for their communities no longer coming in because Trump has illegally cut off funding for projects that have already been funded, for which the funding has already been allocated by Congress? Do they have a type of cancer that runs in their family and suddenly the Trump regime has cut off all funding for all research to find a cure for that cancer? The list is just endless. But specifically around those tariffs, Trump is wrecking the things that you care about so that he can get rich. Bank account, your retirement account, your peace of mind, your small business. Wait until they find out how the tariffs are going to fuck up Christmas for everybody. And then just encourage folks. It's never too early to say, you know what? This has gone too far for me. This is a bridge too far. I'm ready to leave. I'm ready to withdraw my support. And to be clear, that's not just your neighbor. That's not just your coworker. We're also talking about Republicans in Congress. Now is the time to pressure your Republican electeds as they are watching the economy of their state get absolutely screwed, as they're watching their constituents get more and more angry, as their retirement accounts, bank accounts shrink, as they watch businesses who go bankrupt, who are unable to keep things stocked on the shelves, as people watch these supply chain issues that are instituted, that are created by the institution of Trump's tariffs for no other reason than his own stupidity and greed, start to devastate the communities that these people have been elected to represent. This is a great time to be pushing your Republican electeds and say, it's not too late, and it's definitely not too early for you to say, I'm over this. This is not good for my state. This is not good for the economy. This is not good for the people I represent. And very much, it's not good for my political future. This jeopardizes my seat. This jeopardizes my political career. My constituents are really pissed off. So, you know what? This is a good time for me to start pulling back my support. This is a good time for me to stop supporting what Trump is doing, this is a good time for me to also start speaking out against it. It's not too late to cross the aisle and join with the Democrats and say, yeah, this is too much for me. I know that I supported this to begin with, but I am not willing to participate in a sunk cost fallacy. This is too much. I'm done. The people are turning against Trump, so now it's okay for me to do it too. So that's sort of the core message when it comes to tariffs, and I think Leah's absolutely right here. We keep it simple, but we definitely do not waste the chance to talk to people and to talk to our electeds about the ways that the tariffs are absolutely fucking over the economy and hurting small businesses, hurting individuals, hurting our retirement accounts, our bank accounts, our quality of life for like no, it's nonsensical. It makes no sense. People who might not care about the social issues, especially Republican electeds, they still care about money, they still care about the economy, and they still care about their constituents being pissed off when the economy does poorly. So as much as it's going to suck to watch that things get exponentially more expensive, that we are not able to get the products, medications that we need, as we watch small businesses suffer, as we watch the economy suffer, as we watch our bank accounts shrink and shrink because we're having to pay more and more and more for those 145% tariffs, there is an opportunity here to reach people. And we need to be ready with effective messaging when they want to talk about it, when they want to talk about how much this sucks. We've got to be ready. We're poised and ready to reach out to people in our community, to connect with them, as well as our elected officials.